Hi guys, welcome back to another video on Raw FPL. So in this one it's game week 23 team selection. So I'll be going through how the team's looking, a summary of how I did in game week 22, but to be honest, the less said about that, the better really. So yeah, transfer plans going into game week 23, and then we'll also look at the top differential of the week. So if you do enjoy the video, please drop a like and please do subscribe. So let's jump into it. So this was the game week 22 team. Yeah, 42 points, not great at all. Absolute disaster of a week, really. I think the last two game weeks have gone from 300k to about 700k now. So yeah, I've just completely, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong pretty much. The only thing I was debating was bringing in Stupinan, and he got 0 points, so he conceded 2 and then went off at half time. So yeah, unfortunately, if you brought Stupinan, then that's pretty unlucky as well. But yeah, so starting in Areola, I think that was in about 3 minutes, wasn't it? He conceded to Solanke, who I definitely didn't want to score. But I actually put a bet on because I thought Solanke's going to score. It's going to completely ruin me. So, yeah, I put a little bet on. So, slight little win there. So, yeah, Gabriel, to be fair, I was surprised. Well, I wasn't surprised. I was glad they started because if he didn't start as well, I guess that could have been even worse because he was flagged at the time. I did sort of think he would start. But yeah, Gabriel 2 points. Konza, he conceded as well against Sheffield United. So yeah, expected more from him. And Alexander-Arnold didn't even start. Bradley had an absolute steamer of a game, didn't he? So I think he got about 21 points in the end. So yeah, I still don't think he's good. I don't know. I still don't think Bradley is only 4 million, but obviously Trent, he's presumably number one right back still. Maybe there's an off chance that Trent plays in midfield and Bradley plays on the right side. So I guess we could wait and see on that. But I still think Trent will be number one right back. So yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned with that. Palmer blanking. I didn't watch the game because I was watching the Man City game, but I heard that there was 2 good penalty shouts there. So a bit unfortunate that Palmer didn't get his normal penalty and 10-pointer. But yeah, so Palmer blanking. Saka, he finally returned, finally got a 10-pointer there, so that was nice. Yeah, Bowen, he's been terrible, really, hasn't he? I brought him in, he's blanked twice in a row now. Yeah, I'm just hoping he can do something in the next few game weeks, but I think I might actually take him out for Jota, but it depends on what's happening with Salah, to be honest. So yeah, that's something for to consider. But Sterling as well. I don't know how he's still on the team, to be honest, but he'll be gone this time. I'm pretty sure that I want to get rid of Sterling this time. He's just been in my team for too long. I don't know how he's still there. But yeah, so he obviously blanked as well. And Foden, just with the 1 assist and the clean sheets, ended up on 12 points. But it wasn't so much that, well, it was. They all obviously blanked, but it was more all of my differentials, Bowen, Sterling, they just blanked, and then the complete opposite. So that Jota and Richarlison, the 2 I definitely did not want to score, they both scored. And then I last minute swapped Solanke for Haaland. I was just debating whether to do it or not. Looking back, it's a stupid move, really. One of my friends actually messaged me his team and it had Haaland in it 5 minutes before the deadline. And I was like, oh, it just looks nice, doesn't it? So I went for Haaland, knowing that he was only going to get sort of 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And when he came on, he threw on goal a few times. He did look very rusty, didn't he? But I fully expect him to be back against Brentford. It's just whether or not to captain him or not. So I guess the little win is I got him at 13.9. He's now 14 million. I don't know how. He got transferred out by millions and only dropped by 0.1. And now he's gone up already to 14. So yeah, if you're priced out of that now, that's really unfortunate. But yeah, looks a bad move now doing Solanke to Haaland, and of course Solanke scored within 3 minutes. So yeah, not definitely a game week to forget. Watkins there with the 7 points. So yeah, that was the team for game week 22. I desperately need a green arrow now because that was But sometimes it happens in FPL. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes the team looked all right. It's just unfortunate sometimes. So, yeah, game week 23, let's have that. And let's hopefully get a green arrow. All right, then. So, moving on to the transfer plans for game week 23. So, as I mentioned, Gordon, I think he's going to be I think he's going to be playing striker because Isak and Wilson are both out injured now, and obviously Luton at home is just a brilliant fixture. But not only that, the fixtures coming up. I mean, look, you can see there, Luton, Forest, and Bournemouth in the next three. It's yeah, absolutely brilliant fixture run coming up. So I think I do want to get some more Newcastle. I've got Dubravka at the moment, but yeah, I think Gordon, he offers good value, playing striker hopefully, and then I still want to get Salah in. He could be back 25, and it just feels like not many people have got him. Some people have held on to him, but lots of people have been swayed by De Bruyne and Haaland coming back. So I feel like if he is back in 25, it would be quite a not differential, but he's not as owned as he once was. So yeah, I think Gordon still really a really good target to get if you don't have him already. Brilliant value still, and I think Harvey Barnes, he's going to be back relatively soon, but I don't think it's going to affect his minutes too much, to be honest. So yeah, Gordon looks good right now. Jota, yeah, he has been smashing it, but there's just that still concern about when Salah's back, they're going to be competing for these spots. So if you've got him, then yeah, great. He's scoring. He can't stop scoring right now. But I think going forward, he's got that double is still not been announced yet as well. So the double in 25, and it should be announced before Saturday, really. So it might be announced by the time you've watched this. If he does double, he will blank. But yeah, he's a funny one because the double will be good, but then yeah, the blank straight after, you need to watch how many Liverpool players you've got. So I do like Jota, but I don't think I'll be getting him just yet anyway. We'll see. If Salah's injury is worse, for example, I might opt for Jota instead. And also I think Nunez has picked up a knock. So yeah, obviously increases Jota's minutes. So then we've got the Man City boys. De Bruyne, Haaland and Foden. I think it's a bit of a funny one because De Bruyne, he's come back, he's doing really well, but I still don't think he's going to be playing 90 minutes anytime soon, really. And even then, you don't know if he's going to start. He started last time, obviously, did fairly well. Will he start in the next one? I'm not sure. I definitely don't think he'll start both the doubles, but equally, you don't need him to because he's so good. So I think if Salah's not back, or if they don't get the double, I think I will look to potentially bring De Bruyne in. Haaland, obviously, I've already got him. I think if you don't have him, yeah, you definitely need to get him. I think he will start for against Brentford. It's just whether the captaincy or not, which, he's probably going to get about 60 minutes. That's what happened with De Bruyne, who came back. He had 20 minutes or so, and then he played and he started. I think he had about 60 minutes the next game. But yeah, Haaland, he just looked very rusty, didn't he? He fluffed a few of his chances, but I don't think that's going to continue. We know how much of a machine he is, and there's 5 days between the two games. So yeah, I think Haaland, definitely get him. Foden, I still think he's good value though, because these two are obviously a lot more expensive. Foden's 8 million, and he's not as good on the right wing, but he's still a Man City attacker for 8 million, and I think he will still play. I don't think he'll start both in the double necessarily, but he'll get enough minutes, and he's just so much cheaper. Yeah, I still really like Foden. And same with Richarlison, really. He's still good. It's just, for me, obviously my bench is pretty dire right now, so I don't want to be adding loads of players in just to take them out. So I feel like if you've got Richarlison, then good. Obviously, you carry on starting him, carry on playing him, but I don't know if I'm going to go buy him. So yeah, I think he's still good if you've got him, but that blank, I'm not. Yeah, I don't really like buying him because I'm buying him just to then either bench him, but I'll have to upgrade my bench then. So I think my priority right now is to get. Obviously, I've got Haaland already. It's just to keep some money, keep some transfers free for hopefully when Salah's back. Hopefully for 25. So yeah, we'll have to see on his injury update really. Yeah, and then we've got Watkins and Tony. Actually, I'm covering up Tony a bit there, but hey, you can see his little head popping out. Yeah, Tony, I think I said in the last video, if I had a choice between both of them now, I think I would go for Tony. His fixtures don't look that great, but he does play in 26, he doubles in 25, and he also plays in 29. Whereas Watkins, if they beat Chelsea in the Cup, then they'll blank in 29. So there's going to be a lot more decisions. So if you can roll transfers, that's probably advisable, just because you'll have so much more information about who blanks. Currently, I'm probably going to be free hitting in 29 anyway, so it won't matter too much. But it's nice, nice to leave your options open. And yeah, Tony's come back absolutely scoring for fun, hasn't he? So he's been pretty good. But Watkins, if you've got him, you don't sell him unless it's your only route to get Haaland, because his fixtures coming up: Sheffield United, Man United, Fulham, Forest, Luton. They're pretty decent fixtures. So yeah, I wouldn't be selling Watkins if you can help it. All right, and then the differential of the week, a bit of a controversial one this. So Pedro's now injured. Ferguson, when he plays, he looks good. And again, this is going to be one of those no one else has got. Bit of excitement. So yeah, 5% owned, and he's at home to Palace, and Palace just look terrible at the moment. So if you fancy a bit of a punt, Ferguson, I think he could be your man. Thank me later. All right, let's take a look at how the team's shaping up now. Okay, so let's have a look at the team then. So for game week 23, Dubravka starts in net. Yeah, hopefully he can get more than 3 points this time. Luton at home, it's a good fixture. Obviously, I know Luton just scored 4 against Brighton, but Newcastle are pretty good at home, and I'd back their defence over the Brighton one, to be honest. So yeah, we'll have Dubravka starting in net. Konza, Sheffield United away. Hopefully we can get something there. He's been quite disappointing, but to be honest, he's been starting every game consistently. So it's definitely expecting something a bit more. Fingers crossed we can get a clean sheet there. Trent, I don't think Bradley will take his place, to be honest. I think there's a potential that Bradley could start, and also Trent could start in midfield. But I just think, Trent he's so good at his role. I think he'll just continue playing his right back. If Bradley does come in, then yeah, I think it's more than likely that Trent will go into midfield as opposed to Trent just not starting again. I just found it a bit weird that he got benched. He has just come back from injury, I suppose, so maybe Klopp's just kind of easing him back into it. But Arsenal away, I'm not expecting a clean sheet there. So yeah, it'll just depend on attacking returns really. And the same with Gabriel. I'm not expecting a clean sheet, so at this point, I'm just going to ride it out and just see what happens. Sure, the defence can't do worse than last week. I think there's about 4 points combined. So we'll just see how it goes with Gabriel and Alexander-Arnold. Hopefully Konza, who's a bit of a differential at this point, hopefully Konza can get the clean sheet. So yeah, that's the defence. Let's move into midfield. So moving into midfield, we've got Palmer, who happy to have. He's against Wolves on penalties. He was unfortunate not to get a penalty last time. Saka, yeah, I'm not expecting massive amount. But to be honest, I think that'll be quite a high scoring game. So we could have Saka with some returns. But yeah, I'm happy to have him. I just think he's probably going to be how I get Salah back. So I think I'll probably do Saka to Salah if we do get this double game at 25 announced. But yeah, for now he stays. Bowen, yeah, he's been very disappointing. Definitely wanted something against Sheffield United or Bournemouth. But yeah, he'll have to stay for now because I finally going to get rid of Sterling. He's been pretty underwhelming, not going to lie. And I just think Gordon, he's obviously got Luton and then he's got a nice run of fixtures. So yeah, I think the likely transfer will be Sterling to Gordon, and that'll give me enough money in the bank to then go from Saka up to Salah. So yeah, I'm looking at doing Sterling to Gordon. I also think Gordon, I don't think Harvey Barnes is going to affect his minutes that much. He might come off a bit earlier, but especially when Isak and Wilson are injured, he actually might play up top. So yeah, I think that was quite a good move. Foden obviously got the assist, got the clean sheet, so happy to continue having him. And again, I think he's still going to be nailed. I think he will still be playing, maybe not 90 minutes. And yeah, it's obviously pet roulette, isn't it? So, but he has played every game, so I still think he's going to get enough minutes to warrant him being in the team. So yeah, that's the midfield. So looking at the front line then, it's Watkins and Haaland. Solanke has now left the building, and of course he leaves, and he goes and gets 8 points, which was a bit of a kick in the teeth. But I knew it was a risk. I knew he could do that. I knew Haaland potentially was going to get a 1-pointer. But yeah, I'm glad to have Haaland back. It would have been nice to have Solanke for the 8 points. But anyway, we've just got to move on with it. So yeah, Haaland, I think he will start against Brentford. He didn't look completely, he looks a bit rusty, but he has, missed a lot of football. So I think he'll start. I think he'll probably get about 60 minutes. And, it's 5 days. There's a 5-day break that he's had. So I think that is enough. So yeah, he's going to be wanting to get back on the score sheet. So 60 minutes, I think that's enough for Haaland to warrant the captaincy. If not, I might go to Watkins. So yeah, I'll let you know in the comments, what I actually end up doing. But I probably will stick with Haaland just because it is a good fixture. Brentford, they've been attacking well, but they've not been defending that well. And yeah, so Watkins will get the vice. I could make swap them round, but I think it will be Haaland, to be honest. And then yeah, we've got Ariel on the bench, Archer being first sub, and the other two are just non-existent. So if I do have a free transfer soon, I need to sort these out. I'm thinking Taylor to Van Heck. He's only 4 million. So yeah, if I do get a free transfer, I need to sort this bench out. But that's the plan anyway. This is the team. There we have it then. That's the Game Week 23 team selection. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did find it useful at all, please do hit like and please subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Good luck for Game Week 23. Cheers.